Welcome to my moles calculation playlist. If moles calculation confuse you, these videos will help you getting full marks in 2 easy steps. I will explain the concepts step by step, past paper questions, and improve with the mark scheme to secure a strong grade in chemistry. I will share exam tips to avoid mistakes that I've seen as an experienced examiner. Let's start now. First thing, we need to understand what is mole. Not the animal mole, but the mole in chemistry. Mole is simply a number. Let's keep calm and calculate moles with a big smile. A mole is like a dozen. Tell me how many eggs in a dozen? 12, isn't it? 2 dozen eggs means 12 times 2, 24 eggs. Good work. In chemistry, mole works same way, like a dozen. It is just a number. That is 6.02 times 10 to the power 23. This is a big number. Because it is simply a number, it does not have any unit. Keep that in mind. Now look into this beautiful picture. There are fluorescent jellyfishes on this beach. If I say there is 1 mole of jellyfish on this beach, how many jellyfishes are there? Right, I'm talking about that big number, 6.02 times 10 to the power 23. It has got 21 zeros after 602. 2 moles of fishes, how many fishes are there? 2 times 6.02 times 10 to the power 23. We can actually multiply the numbers and say 12.04 times 10 to the power 23. Amazing. This learning is a massive step forward in mole learning, you know. Now the concept of mole is not used for counting fishes actually. It is used in chemistry. Now tell me how many atoms are there in 1 mole of carbon? You guessed it right. 6.02 times 10 to the power 23. I have got 1 mole of carbon in this bottle. But how do I know there is 1 mole of carbon in this? Am I going to count the atoms? No. I cannot count atoms because I don't see them. So I weighed it, and if I have got 12 grams of carbon, it is 1 mole of carbon, I can say. Now, where did I get this number 12 from? Pause the video and find the periodic table. The answer is there in the periodic table. So if you got your periodic table, find out carbon in there, symbol is C. Here I've shown it in a red box. Just above carbon or C, there is this number 12. This means that relative atomic mass of carbon is 12. You can see that in the blue box square. What does this relative atomic mass mean? Now, atomic mass means mass of the atom, actual mass. But as you know that atoms are really tiny, it is very difficult to work with those small numbers in chemistry calculations. So scientists, they decided to use big numbers which are easier to deal with. By definition, atomic mass, relative atomic mass, is the mean mass of an atom of carbon compared with 1/12 of the mass of C12 atom. Mass of each element relative to C12, that is why we are saying it relative atomic mass or RAM. The symbol is AR. Now, in your periodic table, find out nitrogen. Symbol is N. I have 14 just above N. So that means relative atomic mass of nitrogen is 14. We are just going to use these numbers for calculation. Remember, these numbers are relative atomic mass or RAM, or the symbol is AR. For each element on periodic table, you have got those numbers. There is another number below N, you can see. Do not confuse with that. It is a different number than RAM. It is the atomic number. You can see in the blue key box. Now, give it a go yourself for sodium. What is the RAM or relative atomic mass of sodium? Symbol Na. Have you got it? 23. Well done. 23 is the relative atomic mass or RAM or the symbol Ar. They are all the same thing. When you say 23 gram per mole, it is called molar mass, mass of 1 mole. The unit is gram per mole because the mass is 23 of 1 mole of sodium. Right. Now, similarly, you can find out the RAM of any element from your periodic table. Pause the video to find out the numbers for each element. Okay, have you done it? So, RAM of helium is 4, for lithium 7, and so on. Now, these numbers can be little different depending on the periodic table, depending how accurate they have put the numbers or rounded up. In your final exam, you will be provided with periodic table, so you are just going to use those for calculation, no worries at all. Next, I'm going to introduce relative formula mass. In short, RFM, or the symbol MR, normally used. It's very simple. Basically, you are adding up all the numbers for a compound. Let's take the example of calcium carbonate, formula CaCO3. How to calculate the relative formula mass of calcium carbonate? First thing, find each of the RAM or relative atomic mass for each of the element. So CaCO3 has got 1 calcium, 1 carbon, and 3 oxygens. Easy peasy. Now do it with me. First thing, relative atomic mass or RAM of calcium is 40. We found out from the periodic table. Next, carbon is 12 and oxygen is 16. Now, we have got 3 oxygens, so we are going to multiply 16 by 3, so we got 48. Then add all those up, that's it. So now do the next task with this. Find the RFM of sodium hydroxide. Pause the video and take your time. The answer would be 40. Now try the exam style quiz link in the description below. Get feedback immediately. See where you need to improve. That really helps. Comment done when you have submitted the quiz. It helped me see how you are getting on. Now time to clarify some misconceptions. Question 1. What is the relative atomic mass of nitrogen? Question 2. What is the relative formula mass of nitrogen? Relative atomic mass we can find in the periodic table for nitrogen. So it is 14 here. Now, because nitrogen exists as N2 as molecule, as a stable molecule, there are 2 nitrogen atoms in 1 molecule. So we have to multiply 14 with 2. So you get 28 in the molecular formula mass of nitrogen. So in summary, you got relative atomic mass, or RAM or AR, is 14 of nitrogen. Relative formula mass, or RFM or MR, of nitrogen is 28. Now this lesson is part of my moles calculation playlist. If this video helped you, subscribe to Chemistry Made Easy channel so that you don't miss the next video on mole to gram conversion. In summary, 1 mole of carbon atom, the mass is 12 gram. It contains 6.02 times 10 to the power 23 carbon atoms. Use the number relative atomic mass, or RAM or AR, to calculate relative formula mass, or RFM. Each element in periodic table has a relative atomic mass. Click the link below for the next video. Practice past paper questions and use exam tips to build your confidence and your grades. Keep practicing and keep shining. Your grades will follow. All the best.